Welcome back to the dark underbelly and the case of Heather Reyes. In the first video we published about this case, we showed you the first interview of one of the victims, one of the stepsons of Heather Reyes. He methodically went through how his abuse began in his early teenage years, how that Heather, his stepmother, was physically abusive to him, psychologically abusive to him, and then eventually sexually abusive to him over the course of several years. The victim laid out a very clear indictment of his stepmother, but he never said anything to anyone. Heather Reyes continued to tell him, "Oh, if your dad finds out, he's gonna kill us both." She would constantly grope and grab this victim, but she would also be physically abusive to him as well. We learned about a CPS investigation when the child was 12 years old, when he laid out physical abuse with injuries to his body, and yet the CPS investigation was closed, and his father never believed him, and the stepmom called him a liar. And so his outcry of physical abuse wasn't believed, and therefore the sexual abuse that occurred for years later, he said nothing because the system, his family, and his own father failed to believe him. This is the second victim, stepson number 2, in the case of Heather Reyes.
So I'm working this case here, and your name came up, and I just wanted to talk to you real quick. Let me get some basic information. Can you spell your full name for me?
Yeah.
All right. And how old does that make you?
24.
So you're living there. Where did you live before there?
Before there, I bounced around a little bit, actually. I lived...
And who all did you live there with?
My dad.
Mm-hmm. What's your dad's name?
In which instance? I mean, we lived there a bunch of times.
I guess when you were growing up.
When we were growing up, my dad, my stepmom, and the 3 boys.
Your stepmom's name?
Heather.
Okay. And you kind of have an idea what I'm investigating?
Yeah.
All right. And what's going on?
Where do you want me to start?
Start at the beginning. I like going from the very beginning.
So the very beginning is very vivid for me. The first time it ever happened, I remember being at that address,
Okay.
and I was wrestling with my brothers, and they had left the room for some reason, and she was in there wrestling with us too, and all of a sudden, she had pinned me on the ground in some kind of, not like aggressively pinned me, but like playing around, and she was on top of me, and just started grinding. I mean, I don't even know how to, I haven't even talked about it, but yeah, just started grinding. Felt super uncomfortable, felt weird. And I just remember at the time I was playing soccer, and I had a game the next day, and I remember walking on the field after the game or before the game, and she had a stroller, or she was, I don't remember, we were walking on the soccer field, and I just remember her, like, saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for last night," and, like, "Don't ever say anything about it," type deal. And then we never really spoke about it after that.
All right, so hold on a second here. So you said that you were wrestling with your brothers. So when approximately was this?
I had to be 11 or 12 years old at the time.
Okay, so you were 11 or 12? Okay. And what helps you remember that you were 11 or 12?
Because I was playing soccer. I remember vividly being on the red team.
Okay, at that time you were 11 or 12 years old.
Right.
And do you know approximately what time of year this was? Was it hot or cold or anything else? When is soccer season? You said you had a soccer game the next day.
Yeah.
Is there a specific time that soccer happens?
I've been in quite a few leagues. Usually in the fall and spring. I mean, I played it year-round, so It was a rec league, so maybe August to December type
Okay.
time frame.
So somewhere between August to December.
Yeah.
And when you say you were 11 or 12, let's see, you're 24 now. So 11 or 12 would be 12 years ago. So maybe about 2000 and, so bad with math, like 2006 approximately. And you said she was pushing a stroller. Is that right? Were the twins born yet, or something
The
different?
twins weren't born yet.
Okay.
I don't remember why. I just remember vividly, like, walking down the sideline. I remember her apologizing.
Okay, apologize.
Because I remember freaking them out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And then she said, okay, let me see here. So you guys were wrestling. What room were you wrestling in?
we were in my father's room, their room.
Okay. All right. And you said your brothers had left the room, and then she pinned you to the ground, and she was on top and grinding. So what part of her body was touching you?
Her waist.
Okay. And what part of your body was touching her?
My waist.
And was she wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay. Were you wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay. So help me understand, when you say you were pinned and she was on top of you, how was your legs? How was her legs? How was she on top of you? Explain to me that.
Just like,
So what part of your body is touching the ground?
so I'm like laying down on my back.
Okay, you're on your back.
And she's got her knees like going backwards facing me.
Okay.
Like as she was pinned, she had me pinned and like rolled over type deal.
Okay.
And then was on top of me, and then was like, then from there I just,
So how are your legs? In between her legs?
yeah.
Okay. And she's on top of you with her legs spread on her knees,
Yeah.
and your legs are straight and you're flat on your back.
Right.
Okay. And then she said the next day, hey, I'm sorry for last night.
Yeah.
All right. Can you, was she under the effects of drugs or alcohol or anything
No.
like that? Okay.
I mean, most of the other instances were, but she didn't start drinking until, I mean, I don't even know
Okay.
when she did start drinking.
Sure.
Because
So what's the next one you remember?
they're sporadic. I mean, every time my dad was, not every single time, but most of the time it was when my dad wasn't there. In fact, every time it was when my dad wasn't there. I mean, the next one I remember vividly was there was a night that she was drinking, and I had went to go to bed, and this was in that same house.
Mm-hmm.
I went to go to sleep, and she came in the room to say goodnight, and she had like climbed on top of the bed and sat there for a second, and then started talking to me, and then did the same thing. She basically just climbed on top of me and started grinding.
Okay.
And then my dad had come down the hallway or something to like say goodnight too, and she quickly hopped off and just like went back to being normal, kind of went to bed type deal.
Okay. So in the same house?
Same house.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you said that it was, I'm sorry, was this first thing with the wrestling, was this daytime, nighttime, something different?
Nighttime.
Okay. All right. And then this time here, was it daytime, nighttime, or something different?
Nighttime.
Okay, nighttime. And do you know approximately how old you were for this time?
Maybe 14.
Okay. So you were approximately 14 years old. You said you were going to bed, and she came into the room. What room did she come into?
It was my room at the time, which was the way the house is laid out. Like the living room is right as soon as you walk through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kitchen is just past that, but then there's a hallway off to the left. It's the room in the back right corner,
Okay.
next to the bathroom.
Okay. And then you said that she went into your room, and she said good night, and she was talking. Do you remember what you guys were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you said that she climbed on top and started grinding. Do you remember what she was wearing?
I remember she had a Florida Gator shirt on.
Okay. And do you remember what she was wearing on her bottoms?
Shorts.
Okay. And when she climbed on top, how was your body position? How were you laying?
Laying in bed on my back.
Okay, so you're laying on your back, and where was her body at?
On top of mine.
Okay, the same way as before?
Same way as before.
Okay, so your legs are in between hers, and she's essentially straddling you, is what I'm understanding.
Right.
Okay. And Then you said that she started grinding. What part of her body is touching your body?
Waist to waist.
Okay, waist to waist. And what part of her waist is touching your body?
Her vagina.
Okay, so her vagina is touching what part of your waist?
My genitalia.
Okay. Use whatever terms make you feel comfortable. I've heard them all.
Alright.
Okay, so, and approximately how long do you think this happened for?
No longer than like 2 minutes.
Okay. Did she say anything to you when this was happening?
No, she was just making faces and noises.
Okay.
Yeah, like moaning and weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And did you say anything to her?
No.
Okay. And you said that eventually your dad was coming?
Yeah, he was like making noise in the kitchen. I don't remember who all was there,
Mhm.
but I just remember like hearing him, and I know she kind of like panicked and got off and like went back to like acting like she was saying goodnight.
Okay.
And then shortly after he had come in the room
Okay.
to say goodnight, then they left.
All right. And did she ever say anything to you about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, after like the first instance, it wasn't really spoken of. It was just, I don't know, there was a really weird family dynamic just because of the way everything had come together, the way that like her and my dad got together. We didn't like her from the get-go. Well, at least I didn't, because I was under the understanding that she took my dad from my mom. So there wasn't a lot of trust. She'd always thought that we were like out to get her, that we were just misbehaving all the time. And so anytime like we tried to tell my dad, hey, we didn't do this, like she's trying to get us spanked or trying to get us in trouble, there was never any trust there. Like he was always siding with her and not really believing us. So when all this is going down, and I know it's all, like, it seems like this is very opportune timing for the scenarios, what I've been, like, explained, that it seems like that we're trying to do this for my dad's divorce or whatever, which is not the case. It was just the timing that it had happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only time that we could tell him. In fact, I never wanted to tell my dad,
Okay.
if I'm being 100% honest with you. And there was just no trust levels. There was no trust factor. I really didn't know what to do. You know, looking back at it, I think there was a lot of opportunities where I could have said something or did something and didn't. But honestly, I was just scared, still am, still freaked out by the situation. I always looked up to my dad, always really like wanted to honor him and adore him, and just never thought I would be in that situation. And honestly, I thought it was my fault for the longest, because she would tell us, don't say anything, your dad will kill me, or kill both of us, like just scare tactics. And so, I mean, all these instances are sporadic. I know you guys need like details and dates and all that stuff, but I can't, like...
Right. Just the best you can. I
Right.
understand that this was a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there any other instances that are different or stick out in your mind?
They were all similar. I mean, it could be something as like putting laundry away in the laundry room and like grabbing your clothes out of the dryer. It just, if she walks by and he's not there, or it was an opportune time, she would just like rub up or just do something. Like there would be sometimes she would just walk by and touch you and then just keep going, and then like give
When
you like
she
a
would walk
smirk,
by and touch you, like you said, you're putting clothes away, where would she walk up and touch you?
like in my private area,
Okay. When you say private area, what part of your body?
my genitalia,
Okay. So she'd walk up and touch your genitalia over or under your clothes?
over clothes.
Okay.
I never had like sex with her or anything like that, but I mean we did do.
Was there anything different that happened other than what
No
you've described so
blowjobs
far?
or anything. Most of it was just like her lifting her shirt up, or like pulling her like back shirt up and then like backing up on me, or she would just I mean there's so many,
When you say pulling her shirt up, what do you mean by that?
like lifting her shirt up and like coming on top of you, like while she's straddling, she would just like lift her shirt up and just make noises and yeah, just moan. And
So these times that you've described, did she lift her shirt up at all?
no.
But you say that there was other times?
There is instances, yeah. There was, I mean, there was the laundry room, there was the bedroom moved to the garage. There was an instance where she had come in there, like she was out with the family and I was in there playing video games or laying down and watching Netflix or something, and she'd just come in and like got on top of me and started doing the same thing. I mean, most of the instances were the same.
Okay.
But it was just random.
And when you say the same, so I documented right in my report, when you say the same, it's going to be reference to her moving her clothed vagina on your clothed penis. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. and there'd be certain times when she moved her clothed vagina on your clothed penis, and in that time she would lift up her shirt and then push her, what part of her body is touching you?
Her stomach.
Okay. Would any other parts of her body touch you when she pulled up her shirt?
Mm-hmm.
What other parts?
Her breast, her neck. I mean, she was literally laying on top of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she have any distinctive tattoos, marks, scars, tattoos on her breast area or anything like that that you can recall?
No.
Okay. And growing up when you were 12, 13, 14, 15, did you disclose this to anybody else?
No.
Any other kids or any other peers or anybody at all?
No.
Okay. So who was the first person you ended up telling?
My dad.
Okay.
And I didn't tell him. My brother told about what had happened, and he had called me. And
So the first person you told was your dad?
Mhm.
And when was this?
This was less than a month ago. I mean, this is shortly right before the investigation started.
Okay.
Like less than a week later.
Okay. So when you said that you told your dad about it, did he already know something happened?
No, my brother had talked to him that day because he was bummed out about the divorce, and he was just sick and tired of him, being all down and stuff. And so he blew up on him and was like, look, man, I'm tired of you feeling this way about this woman. This is what she's done, blah, blah, blah. And so my dad called me one night before, I don't know, it was probably 10 o'clock, and he's like, I have to talk to you about something. You need to come home. So I came back to the house, and I talked to him, and he was like, your brother's told me everything that happened. Like, I need to know your side of the story. Did this ever happen to you? I was like, yes, it did. And that was when he had asked if we would go through with this. And at the time, I was like, no, because I didn't want nothing to do with it, and I was scared. And so he had talked to me a little bit more, and told me he wasn't pressuring me, but that, he thinks that this is something that we should follow through with. And me and I talked to my brothers, and, he was the one who was scared out of most of us, and I was just like, this is something that we can do to finally put everything behind us, because he hasn't taken it well. None of us have taken it well. In fact, like, I didn't, just life circumstances to back all of these scenarios up. None of, like, you can look at schooling history, all of that stuff didn't happen until after this stuff started happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just came to the conclusion that, this is something that we gotta do.
Okay. So, just so I understand, and
I didn't know, I had known that this was going on, but I didn't know that, like, he had sex with her.
Okay.
And I didn't know that she was, I knew she was messing with me.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got to the age where I could do something, I just stayed away. As soon as I got my car when I was 16, I was at work, I was out with friends, I was playing soccer.
Okay.
I was doing everything I possibly could.
So when you got to about 16, you would stay away from the house and try to avoid her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did you have suspicion something was occurring with your brothers?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what led you to believe that back then?
That it had been done to me.
Okay. So based off it was happening to you, you assumed it was happening to them?
Right.
Okay. Did you ever see or hear, or did they disclose to you anything back then?
Oh, very briefly, a while back when they were younger, they would say, hey, I saw what happened to you, and at that time, I didn't tell anyone, and so I had denied it. I told them, you didn't see nothing, you're lying, because they had saw an instance where, another one actually, where we were on the couch, and I was laying there, and she had come up on the couch and, like, kind of put her butt up against my crotch area, and my brother was peeping through the door.
So, how old are you for this couch incident, you think?
I don't know, probably 15.
Okay. So you're approximately 15 years old and you're at your house?
Right.
Okay. And where's this couch at in the house?
In the living room.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're on the living room couch and you're 15. And what time of day is it?
Afternoon time, maybe 5,
Okay.
4.
Do you remember anything else? What time of year it was? School time, not school time? Okay. So it's afternoon time, approximately 5 or 4. You're 15. You're in the living room. You're on the couch. And what happened?
I was laying under the blanket watching some show or some TV, and she had come out of the room and just, like, sat on the couch and put her back towards my chest and waist her butt in front of my penis.
Okay. So you're laying on the couch with a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
She sits on the couch, and then she turns her back to you and sits on you?
No, not on me. She, like, So I'm laying on the headrest facing the TV, watching the TV with a
Mhm.
blanket on, and she sat next to me and then leaned over and pushed back and like started motioning again,
Okay. And what part of her body was touching you?
butt to waist, or butt to penis.
Okay. And did she say anything to you?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you remember what she was wearing?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And were you wearing clothes?
Yes.
Okay. And you said something about somebody saw you?
Right in front of the living room, there's a door that goes into the garage,
Uh-huh.
into the laundry room, and he was standing at the door watching.
Yeah. Okay. So you were standing at the door and watching, and when they confronted you, you said you denied it?
I denied it, yeah.
Okay. Did they disclose to you anything going on with them?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't find out half of this stuff until now, just because it's pretty shameful.
Okay. Can you think of anything else that happened? Anything different than what you described to me so far?
No, I mean, everything that happened was either along those lines or very similar scenarios.
How many times do you think that this similar, her waist, her vagina on your penis clothed, happened?
At least 20 to 30 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this 20 to 30 times those instances happened, what ages do you think they were between for you? You said your first was approximately 11 or 12?
11 to 12 to like 16, 17.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just so I understand, you said that there was times that she would say to you, don't say anything, your dad would kill us?
But yeah, your dad would kill both of us.
Kill both of us. Okay. Okay. Do you know of that maybe I forgot to ask you that would be important for me to know?
No, but I do know that we were talking about this earlier, because she had just come over the house when you guys called earlier, and she was, whatever you did, it got her riled up, because she's scared. She's running scared right now. And my uncle, his son, was down here, I think he was 16 when he said it happened, and him and his friend were here visiting from out of town because they had lived in Miami. And he said he has some instances that he's willing to come down and talk to you about as well that has nothing to do with us because, you know.
So your uncle's son?
My uncle's son, yeah.
Which would
is
be
my
like
cousin.
a cousin?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have contact information for that person?
I don't on me, but I do.
Why don't you, I would be interested in talking to anybody that has any information at all. So I'm going to give you my card,
Okay.
and it has the case number,
Okay.
and it will have my phone number. Now, do these people live local or they live far away?
They live in Miami.
Okay. So, and how old is he? How old is this person now?
He's 30 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure he's an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. So this individual is now 30 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could tell this person to give me a call, I would greatly appreciate it. That's my phone number,
Okay.
and that's the case number, and I'd like to learn about anything else that we haven't talked about. Okay.
Okay.
So, if you think of something different that comes in your head that's different than these instances that we talked about, please give me a call. I'll update the case. Okay. Has she called you or tried to contact you or anything like that?
She doesn't know I'm involved at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, if you think of anything else, give me a call. And would you mind if I give you a call if something else comes up?
Please, yeah. I'll do anything I need to do.
Well, thanks for meeting with me today. Just so I know everything we talked about, is it the truth today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
100%.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for meeting with me. I'll walk you back outside.
Appreciate it.